They were ready to end it all, until a twist of fate forced them to walk a mile in each other's shoes, literally. Liam and Chloe, after 7 years, had reached their breaking point. The apartment, once a sanctuary of their love, now echoed with slammed doors and bitter accusations. Their final argument was a storm of everything left unsaid. Liam yelled, "You don't get it, Chloe. You think my job is just sitting behind a desk? I'm fighting fires all day, dealing with impossible deadlines, and a boss who breathes down my neck. When I get home, I just want peace, not another battle." Chloe's voice trembled with a mix of rage and hurt. "Peace? Is that what you call ignoring me? I'm not just your housekeeper, Liam. I'm running a business from our living room, juggling clients, and trying to keep this home from falling apart. But you don't see any of that, do you? You just see what I haven't done. At least you get to be home." Liam shot back. "I'd kill for a day without a commute, without office politics. And I'd kill for someone to just ask me how my day was and actually listen." Chloe screamed, tears finally breaking free. They stood in silence, the air thick with resentment. In that moment, a strange energy crackled between them. A vintage lamp on a side table, a quirky antique they bought on their first anniversary, began to flicker erratically. The light pulsed, growing brighter and brighter until it consumed the room in a blinding white flash. Then, darkness. When Chloe's eyes fluttered open, she was staring at the ceiling, but something was wrong. Her body felt heavier, taller. She lifted a hand, a large, calloused hand that was definitely not hers. A deep, unfamiliar voice escaped her lips. "What the?" She looked across the room and saw herself, or rather, her body, with wide, panicked eyes, sitting up on the floor. Liam, trapped in Chloe's body, let out a high-pitched shriek. "Chloe, is that you? Why do I sound like this? Why am I so small?" The realization hit them like a physical blow. They had swapped bodies. The initial chaos was pure comedy. Chloe, in Liam's body, stumbled over his much larger feet, struggling to even tie a tie for his corporate job. The simple act of shaving was a near disaster, resulting in several nicks and a newfound respect for aftershave. Meanwhile, Liam, in Chloe's body, was overwhelmed. The quiet day at home was a frantic whirlwind. Client calls for Chloe's graphic design business came in constantly, each with urgent demands. He tried to cook breakfast and nearly set off the smoke alarm. He discovered the sheer amount of mental energy it took to plan meals, manage laundry, and keep the apartment from descending into chaos, all while trying to sound professional and creative on the phone. The first day was a disaster for both. Chloe returned from Liam's office utterly exhausted. She'd endured his condescending boss, navigated complex spreadsheets that made her head spin, and felt the crushing pressure of corporate expectations. For the first time, she understood the bone-deep weariness Liam brought home every night. It wasn't just physical, it was mental, an emotional drain she'd never comprehended. Liam was just as defeated. He was surrounded by half-finished design projects he didn't understand and a to-do list that seemed to multiply every hour. He realized Chloe wasn't just at home. She was running a demanding, one-woman operation. He saw the passion and stress in her emails, the care she put into each project. He felt the sting of a client's criticism and the quiet loneliness of working by yourself all day. The next few days were a humbling education. Chloe learned to navigate Liam's world. She saw how his colleagues relied on him, how he was genuinely good at his stressful job. She also saw the subtle dismissals he faced, the constant need to prove himself. She felt the weight of being the primary breadwinner, the silent pressure to provide that he never spoke about. Liam, in turn, discovered the invisible labor that held their life together. He learned Chloe's design software, impressed by her talent. He spoke to her friends and realized how much she downplayed her own anxieties to support them. He felt the ache in her back from hunching over a computer and the frustration of her creative work being dismissed as just a hobby. One evening, Chloe, as Liam, found a small, worn-out notebook in his bedside table. It wasn't a journal, but a list of ideas. Weekend trip for Chloe, new easel for her birthday, find that bakery she loves. It was a list of small ways he was trying to make her happy, things he'd never mentioned, things she'd never seen. A wave of emotion washed over her. That same night, Liam, as Chloe, was cleaning out her purse when he found a crumpled receipt. It was from a couples counseling center, dated 2 months prior. She had booked a session, but the appointment had been canceled. He remembered that day. He'd been late from work, angry and dismissive, and she had been unusually quiet. He realized she had been trying to save them, and he had been too wrapped up in his own world to even notice. Living as each other, they started talking again. Not arguing, but truly talking. Liam, in Chloe's voice, would say, "I never knew your boss was such a jerk." And Chloe, in Liam's voice, would reply, "I had no idea how much pressure you were under with the Miller account." The anger was replaced by empathy, the resentment by a slow, dawning understanding. They were seeing the whole person, not just the frustrating parts. They saw the sacrifices, the silent struggles, the hidden love. On the seventh morning, they woke up feeling a strange tingling sensation, a familiar yet distant pull. They looked at each other across the bed, a silent understanding passing between them. The magic was fading. It was almost over. As the world started to swim and blur, as the sensation of being pulled back into their own bodies grew stronger, a single question hung in the air. With this newfound understanding, do they run back to each other, finally ready to listen, to love, to try again? Or do they accept that seeing the truth means seeing it's time to let go? The light from the antique lamp began to pulse once more, and as everything went white, their final choice remained unknown. What do you think happened next? Let me know your theory in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story, please hit that like button, share it with a friend, and make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you don't miss what comes next. Thanks for watching.